The message from the group protesting on the steps of the legislature right outside Premier Scott Moe's office was clear. They want the province to not only act to combat the COVID surge happening in Saskatchewan, but they want to hear from the Premier about what he plans to do about rising cases, with Saskatchewan leading the country in case rate over the past 7 days, and also at the bottom of the list when it comes to vaccination rate among provinces. And they asked specifically for return of mask mandates. They want proof of vaccine requirements and vaccine mandates to get more people vaccinated, and they say to keep more people safe. One of the speakers read a letter from a Saskatoon pediatrician.
The pandemic should not be about politics, polls, philosophical preferences of winning elections, but the citizens of Saskatchewan are currently unclear of what guiding principles are being used by the government of Saskatchewan when making policy decisions around COVID-19. As leaders of our province, you are expected to keep citizens safe, and there are many examples of the government directing individual activities in order to do so. Seatbelt laws, smoking regulations, etc.
There were no elected government officials to hear the protest, but there were several members of the official opposition on hand, including leader Ryan Miley, who addressed the crowd asking for action from the government to combat the surge of cases and the crush that's happening in Saskatchewan's hospitals, specifically in Saskatoon. There were also a number of counter-protesters who showed up to try and drown out the message of the main protest. They had signs spreading messages of anti-vaccination and anti-government intervention in the pandemic. Regina City Police and Wascana Centre Security were on hand to make sure there were no altercations between the two sides. Adam Hunter, CBC News, Regina.